The concept of semen retention, though ancient, is gaining renewed attention today, particularly in the realm of spiritual growth. It is not merely a physical practice, but a profound spiritual discipline. In essence, semen retention is the conscious decision to abstain from the release of sexual energy through ejaculation, which is believed to preserve life force energy. This practice is seen as a means of redirecting this energy toward higher pursuits, including mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual awakening. When we discuss how semen retention aligns with Kundalini, it's essential to first understand the idea of life force or prana in many Eastern philosophies. Prana is the vital energy that flows through every living being, and it can be likened to the concept of qi in Chinese traditions or the vital force in other esoteric teachings. Semen, or more precisely, the energy stored in semen, is considered to be one of the most potent forms of prana in the body. By retaining this energy, practitioners aim to direct it towards spiritual awakening rather than allowing it to dissipate through physical release. Spiritual traditions such as Tantra and Yoga have long recognized the power of semen retention. They believe that by maintaining the energy within, a practitioner can awaken their Kundalini energy. Kundalini, symbolized as a coiled serpent at the base of the spine, represents the dormant spiritual energy within each person. The awakening of this energy is seen as a journey of enlightenment, leading to heightened awareness, higher consciousness, and a deeper connection to the universe. What many modern practitioners fail to recognize is that semen retention is not a one-time effort, but a gradual process of building energy and redirecting it. It's like watering a plant. If you consistently nourish it, it begins to grow. In the same way, when the life force is held within the body, it nurtures the spirit and aids in the alignment of the physical and energetic bodies. The more energy is conserved, the greater the potential for Kundalini to rise through the chakras, activating spiritual transformation. At its core, semen retention is a tool of self-mastery. It's not about suppression, but about harnessing the power of one's own body and mind to transcend the physical. The alignment of Kundalini through this practice is an act of elevating consciousness and using sexual energy as a means of spiritual ascent. The journey toward aligning Kundalini is not an instant transformation, but a progressive evolution that requires discipline, patience, and self-awareness. Kundalini is often described as a dormant spiritual energy that lies at the base of the spine, coiled like a serpent. This energy is believed to be the primal force of creation itself, lying in wait until it is activated by the practitioner's conscious efforts. When awakened, Kundalini energy travels up through the chakras, the energy centers within the body, purifying and elevating the individual's consciousness. But what does it mean to align Kundalini energy within the body? It's more than just a metaphor. It's a tangible process that involves the raising of spiritual vibrations. The chakras through which Kundalini flows correspond to various levels of consciousness, from basic survival instincts to higher spiritual awareness. As Kundalini rises, it activates and purifies each chakra, gradually leading the individual through stages of inner transformation. For the practitioner of semen retention, the idea of Kundalini alignment is particularly significant. The energy that would have otherwise been lost is now retained and redirected. The dormant Kundalini, through practices such as meditation, yoga, and mindfulness, is awakened and guided upward. This is not a forced process, but a gradual one, with the individual working harmoniously with the flow of energy in their body. The alignment of Kundalini through semen retention is a delicate balance. It's not just about abstaining from sexual release, it's about the cultivation of internal energy. As the body's vital forces are preserved, they can be transmuted into higher states of consciousness. This process is deeply personal and requires more than just physical restraint. It demands a commitment to mental clarity, emotional purification, and spiritual focus. A common misconception in the modern world is that Kundalini awakening is an instantaneous event. In reality, it's a slow and steady process that requires both internal and external discipline. Through semen retention, the practitioner creates a fertile ground for the spiritual energy to rise. As Kundalini aligns with the body's energy system, the practitioner experiences a deepening sense of spiritual awareness, a heightened connection to the universe, and an overwhelming sense of peace. To understand how semen retention aligns Kundalini, we must first look at the root chakra, or Muladhara, which is located at the base of the spine. This chakra is the foundation of our physical and spiritual existence, representing stability, security, and survival instincts. When Kundalini energy is dormant, it lies in this root chakra, coiled and waiting for the right conditions to awaken it. The root chakra is directly tied to our sense of physical vitality, and its energy is deeply connected to our sexual energy. Semen retention directly impacts this chakra, as it prevents the depletion of energy that would otherwise be released during sexual activity. By preserving semen, the practitioner strengthens the root chakra, building a solid foundation for spiritual growth. This energetic foundation allows for the safe and controlled ascent of Kundalini through the higher chakras. As energy is conserved, it begins to accumulate in the root chakra. This accumulation creates a powerful energetic field that makes it easier for Kundalini to awaken. However, this process requires more than just physical retention. It requires emotional stability and mental focus. Practitioners must work on balancing the root chakra through meditation, grounding practices, and mindfulness. When the root chakra is aligned and energized, the body becomes more receptive to the rise of Kundalini. In practical terms, the practice of semen retention allows the root chakra to become a vessel for spiritual energy rather than a reservoir for physical desires. This alignment with the root chakra is essential for spiritual ascent, as it creates the necessary stability to handle the intense energies that arise when Kundalini begins its upward journey. By aligning the root chakra through semen retention, practitioners lay the groundwork for a safe and profound Kundalini awakening. The energy that would have been dissipated through ejaculation is now channeled into the root chakra, empowering the individual on their spiritual journey. This initial alignment sets the stage for the next stages of spiritual evolution, allowing Kundalini to rise through the energy centers of the body with increasing strength and clarity. The practice of semen retention is rooted in the understanding that sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in the human body. However, this energy is not solely intended for physical reproduction or pleasure. In many spiritual traditions, sexual energy is viewed as a sacred force that can be transmuted into spiritual power when properly harnessed. Transmutation refers to the process of changing the form of energy, redirecting it from one state to another. In the case of semen retention, the sexual energy that would have been released during orgasm is preserved and transformed into spiritual energy. This transformation occurs through the practice of conscious meditation, breathwork, and energy exercises that guide the energy upward through the chakras. The ability to transmute sexual energy is central to the alignment of Kundalini. As the energy ascends, it purifies each chakra and brings greater clarity to the individual's mind and spirit. The transmutation of sexual energy is not just a matter of control, it is a matter of cultivating awareness and mindfulness in every aspect of life. Practitioners learn to channel their desire and focus it on spiritual growth rather than allowing it to dissipate through the physical act of ejaculation. The process of energy transmutation is an alchemical one. By consciously retaining semen and focusing on spiritual practices, the practitioner transforms raw, primal energy into refined spiritual power. This power fuels the awakening of Kundalini, allowing the energy to rise and illuminate the mind. The result is a heightened sense of awareness, increased intuition, and an expanded connection to the divine. In essence, semen retention provides a pathway for the conscious transformation of sexual energy into spiritual energy. As this energy ascends through the body, It awakens Kundalini and aligns the practitioner with higher states of consciousness. The more the practitioner practices semen retention and energy transmutation, the more aligned they become with their true spiritual essence. While semen retention is a crucial element in the alignment of Kundalini, it is not sufficient on its own. The journey towards spiritual awakening requires an integrated approach that includes mental clarity, emotional purification, and spiritual discipline. This is where practices like meditation and mindfulness come into play. Meditation serves as the bridge between the physical body and the spiritual realm. Through focused meditation, practitioners can direct the retained energy toward their higher chakras, clearing blockages and allowing the Kundalini energy to flow freely. Meditation helps to stabilize the mind, quieting the chatter that often distracts from the higher purpose of spiritual awakening. By focusing on the breath and visualizing the ascent of energy through the chakras, the practitioner aligns themselves with the flow of Kundalini. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is about being present in every moment and maintaining awareness of the energy that flows through the body. It is the practice of observing thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without attachment. In the context of semen retention and Kundalini activation, mindfulness helps the practitioner remain aware of the subtle shifts in energy within their body. This awareness is crucial for the safe and effective awakening of Kundalini energy. By observing the body's energy flow, the practitioner becomes more attuned to the sensations that arise as Kundalini rises through the chakras. Mindfulness enables the practitioner to guide this energy with intention, ensuring that it ascends in a balanced and harmonious way. The combination of semen retention, meditation, and mindfulness creates a powerful synergy for Kundalini activation. As semen retention conserves energy, meditation and mindfulness refine the practitioner's awareness, creating a conducive environment for Kundalini to awaken and ascend. This threefold practice, retention, meditation, and mindfulness, forms the core foundation for aligning Kundalini within the body and spirit. Moreover, meditation helps to connect the individual with the divine, bringing them into alignment with higher consciousness. It serves as a grounding force, providing the clarity and stability needed to handle the intense spiritual transformations that come with Kundalini awakening. By cultivating a deep inner peace through meditation and mindfulness, the practitioner strengthens their ability to channel and sustain the rising energy of Kundalini. As the practitioner moves further along the path of semen retention and Kundalini activation, the benefits of meditation and mindfulness become increasingly evident. Not only does it help to balance the energy centers in the body, but it also cultivates a profound sense of inner harmony. The more consistently the practitioner engages in these practices, the more their Kundalini energy aligns, leading to a deeper connection with the self and the universe. The ultimate goal of aligning Kundalini through semen retention is the awakening of higher consciousness. As Kundalini ascends through the chakras, it brings with it a profound transformation of the individual's perception of reality. This awakening is not merely a mental shift, but a deep spiritual realization where the practitioner begins to experience a heightened sense of awareness, intuitive insight, and spiritual clarity. The rising of Kundalini through the chakras is a purification process. Each chakra that is activated represents a different level of consciousness, from the basic survival instincts of the root chakra to the higher divine connection found in the crown chakra. As Kundalini passes through each of these energy centers, it cleanses the body and mind, releasing negative energies and limiting beliefs that hinder spiritual growth. For the practitioner of semen retention, this awakening of higher consciousness is a gradual and deliberate process. The energy accumulated through semen retention is not merely stored, it is used to fuel the awakening process. As the individual refrains from sexual release, the energy is transmuted into spiritual power, allowing the Kundalini to rise and open up higher levels of consciousness. The more this energy is directed towards spiritual practices, the greater the transformation becomes. A significant part of this awakening is the dissolution of the ego. As Kundalini ascends, the practitioner's sense of self begins to shift from a limited, ego-driven identity to a more expansive and unified consciousness. The individual begins to experience oneness with the universe, understanding their true nature as a spiritual being. This higher consciousness allows the practitioner to move beyond the dualities of the material world and tap into the limitless potential of the soul. Through this process, semen retention serves as both a catalyst and a support for spiritual transformation. By preserving and transmuting sexual energy, the practitioner creates a powerful energetic current that supports the rise of Kundalini. This energy, when consciously directed, opens the practitioner to higher states of consciousness, awakening dormant spiritual abilities and revealing the true nature of existence. Semen retention is not a practice that yields immediate results. It is a path that requires commitment, self-discipline, and patience. Aligning Kundalini within the body is not an overnight transformation, and the journey is often filled with challenges. The process demands consistency and practice, as well as a willingness to confront and transcend one's own limitations. Self-discipline plays a crucial role in the Kundalini journey. By maintaining semen retention, the practitioner is cultivating self-control and mastery over their physical impulses. This self-mastery is essential for the safe awakening and alignment of Kundalini, as it prevents the energy from being prematurely released or misdirected. The more disciplined the practitioner is in retaining their energy, the more powerful the alignment of Kundalini becomes. Commitment to the practice is equally important. Aligning Kundalini is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey of growth and transformation. The process of semen retention and spiritual awakening is ongoing, requiring regular practice and a deep commitment to one's spiritual path. This commitment involves more than just abstaining from ejaculation. It requires the practitioner to remain dedicated to their spiritual practices, including meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection. As the practitioner stays committed to the process of semen retention and Kundalini activation, they begin to witness profound changes in their physical, mental, and spiritual state. This transformation is gradual, but over time, the practitioner will notice increased clarity, focus, and an expanded sense of self. Their ability to tap into the flow of Kundalini energy strengthens, and they become more attuned to the subtle shifts in their body and mind. The journey toward Kundalini awakening is not an easy one. However, through dedication, discipline, and consistent practice, the practitioner can align their energy, activate Kundalini, and experience a profound spiritual awakening. This is the essence of the Kundalini journey, a lifelong commitment to growth, transformation, and the realization of one's highest potential. Aligning Kundalini through semen retention is a transformative and deeply spiritual practice. It is not merely a physical act of refraining from ejaculation, but a holistic approach to spiritual awakening. Through semen retention, the practitioner conserves and redirects sexual energy into higher spiritual pursuits, gradually activating Kundalini and aligning the body's energy system with higher consciousness. As Kundalini rises, it purifies the body, mind, and spirit, unlocking higher levels of awareness and spiritual insight. The journey toward Kundalini awakening is gradual and requires commitment, patience, and a deep understanding of the energy dynamics within the body. Semen retention, along with meditation, mindfulness, and other spiritual practices, provides the foundation for this awakening, allowing the practitioner to ascend through the chakras and experience a profound connection with the divine. The practice of semen retention aligns Kundalini by strengthening the root chakra, transmuting sexual energy into spiritual power, and supporting the practitioner's overall spiritual growth. It is a practice of self-mastery that opens the door to higher states of consciousness and spiritual transformation. As the practitioner continues on this path, they will experience greater clarity, heightened intuition, and a deepened connection to the universe. In conclusion, semen retention and Kundalini awakening are intimately connected, forming a powerful path of spiritual growth. The journey is not a quick fix, but a lifelong process of transformation, one that requires self-discipline, mindfulness, and a deep commitment to personal growth. Through this practice, the individual aligns with their true spiritual nature, awakening the dormant power of Kundalini and ascending to higher levels of consciousness.